see the third category. See the third category. What is the third category? Linear and non-linear system. Linear and non-linear systems, which is very, very important point. Linear and non-linear system. Okay. See, a discrete time system is said to be the linear if it satisfies the superposition principle. If it satisfies superposition principle. Okay. Now, with respect to the system, the superposition principle is with respect to the system. I think with respect to the networks, I think you studied the superposition principle. Okay, with respect to the systems, the superposition principle is nothing but the response of the system to a weighted sum of input signals it must be equal to sum of weighted responses. Okay, I'll repeat it again. You see, the response of the system normally, okay, for clear representation, let us say this is T and this is input X of N and the response is simply Y of N. Okay. Now, the response of the system Y of N is nothing but T of X of N. T of X of N. Okay. Now, here the superposition principle is response of a system to a sum of weighted inputs. Okay. Let us say I have the two input signal X1 of N and X2 of N. X1 of N and X2 of N. What do you mean by the weighted inputs? Weighted inputs is nothing but the inputs are multiplied by a scalar value. That is A1 X1 of N, A2 X2 of N. Okay. Now, response of that particular system for a sum of weighted inputs. So, we are applying the input is A1 X1 of N plus A2 X2 of N. Okay. Now, when you are applying this sum as an input to the particular system, so the response is represented as T of A1 X1 of N plus A2 X2 of N. This is the response of the system. This must be equal to sum of weighted responses. Sum of weighted responses. What do you mean by the weighted response? Response is nothing but the T of X1 of N and the T of X2 of N. These are the response of the system for the individual inputs. Okay. Weighted response simply A1 T of X1 of N, A2 T of X2 of N. Sum of these two plus. Okay. See, response of the system for a sum of weighted inputs must be equal to sum of weighted responses. Okay. This is superposition principle. Okay. If any particular system satisfying this condition, simply call it is linear, otherwise non-linear. Only the system. If it satisfies the superposition principle, simply it is a linear system, otherwise non-linear system. Okay. With respect to the system, the superposition principle is nothing but the response of the particular system to a sum of weighted inputs. Sum of weighted inputs must be equal to sum of weighted responses. Okay. So how will check the particular system is a linear or whether it's satisfying the superposition principle or not. For that, I'll try to represent this principle in block representation so that you can clearly understand what I mean by this. Okay. Yeah. Just see the first, the left side, response of a system to a sum of weighted inputs. So you have the two inputs. One is multiplied with x1 and the second is x2 of n, where this block is multiplied by a scalar a1 and a2. So here the output is a1 x1 of n, a2 x2 of n. So then what you are doing is add these two. So when you're adding these two, what is the summer output? a1 x1 of n plus a2 x2 of n. Now apply this as input to the system T. So the response is T of a1 x1 of n plus a2 x2 of n. Okay, this is simply response of a system to a sum of weighted inputs. Similarly, the second part, sum of weighted responses. So first find the response for every input. This is x1 of n. Again, here I'm in the same system, x2 of n. So here the output of the system is T of x1 of n. For the same system, I applied the second input. So output is T of x2 of n. Okay. Now multiply these two responses by a scalar. Which are nothing but a1 T of x1 of n, a2 T of x2 of n. Okay. After weighting these two responses, simply add, which is a1 T of x1 of n plus a2 T of x2 of n. Okay. If these two are equal, then the system is linear system. Then the system is linear system. Okay. We'll take one example so that you can easily understand. Let's take the system y of n is equal to x of n plus 1 by x of n minus 1. 1 by x of n minus 1. Okay. Now check the system is a linear or not. Okay, which is nothing but the given system simply y of n. Y of n is nothing but the T of x of n. Okay, which is the given system is x of n plus 1 by x of n minus 1. This is the given system. Now find the response of the system for the individual inputs x1 and x2. Okay, so that is response for two inputs x1 of n and x2 of n. Thus, the response of the system for the input x1 of n is simply T of x1 of n. In place of x of n, write x1 of n. That's it. X of n, simply x1 of n plus 1 by x1 of n minus 1. This is the response of the system for the input x1. Similarly, response of the system for the input x2. So always compare with the given system. Okay, in place of x, write the x2 of n plus 1 by x2 of n minus 1. Okay, now your task, you need to find these two things. Okay, the response of the system for a sum of weighted inputs and sum of weighted responses. You need to find the LHS and the RHS. Now compare these two. If both are equal, then conclude the system is linear, otherwise non-linear. Okay. Let us assume this is equation 1 and this is 2. Now find the sum of weighted responses. Sum of weighted responses, which is nothing but A1 T of x1 of n plus A2 T of x2 of n. Okay. From equation 1 and 2, substitute the T of x1 of n and the T of x2 of n, which is A1 into x1 of n plus 1 by x1 of n minus 1 plus A2 into x2 of n plus 1 by x2 of n minus 1. Okay, further you can simplify like this: A1 x1 of n plus A2 x2 of n plus A1 by x1 of n minus 1 plus A2 by x2 of n minus 1. Let us say this is equation Roman letter 1. Okay, which is your the RHS part. Now try to find the LHS. Try to find the LHS, which is response of a system to a sum of weighted input signal A1 x1 of n plus A2 x2 of n. Now see here, we know the T of x of n. So in place of x of n, write A1 x1 of n plus A2 x2 of n. In place of x of n, write A1 x1 of n plus A2 x2 of n. So see, first one, x of n. X of n is A1 x1 of n plus A2 x2 of n plus 1 divided by x of n minus 1. So in place of x of n, what you are writing? A1 x1 of n. So it is A1 x1 of n minus 1 plus A2 x2 of n minus 1. Now which is your the LHS? Let us say equation 2. Now compare these two, equation 1, Roman 1 and 2. Roman 1 and 2. These two are equal or not equal? These two are not equal. So just compare these two. These two are not equal. Simply the system is non-linear system. Simply the system is non-linear. Like that, you need to give the conclusion. Okay. Okay, you need to check the system satisfying the superposition principle or not. For that, you need to evaluate the two things. One is response of the system for the weighted inputs, sum of weighted inputs, and sum of weighted responses. Okay, after evaluating these two, just compare these two. If both are equal, then conclude the system is non-linear system. Otherwise, if it satisfies the system, if both are equal, simply the system is a linear. Sorry, it's otherwise simply the non-linear. Okay. Okay. We'll take one more. It's a simple example. The verification of linearity. Y of n is equal n into x of n. y of n is equal to n into x of n. Okay, parallelly do this, all of you. Check the given system is a linear or not. For this system, evaluate the response for the sum of weighted inputs and sum of weighted responses. Okay, now the given system is y of n is equal to t of x of n, which is n into x of n. Okay, now find the response of the system for different inputs. That is t of x1 of n is n into x1 of n, and t of x2 of n into x2 of n. Now what is the sum of weighted responses? a1 t of x1 of n plus a2 t of x2 of n, which is a1 n into x1 of n plus a2 n into x2 of n. Okay, let us say this is Roman number 1. Similarly, find the response of the system for the sum of weighted inputs. So t of a1 x1 of n plus a2 x2 of n. So in place of x of n, write a1 x1 of n plus a2 x2 of n only. Okay, so n into x of n. So n into a1 x1 of n plus a2 x2 of n, which is Roman letter 2. Now compare these two. 1 and 2 are equal or not? 1 and 2 are both are equal. Simply the given system is linear system. Okay, like you need to check the given system is linear or not. Okay. Take few examples. Check whether the following systems are linear or not. First one is y of n is equal to n into x square of n. Second, y of n is equal to x of n plus 5. Third, y of n is equal to x of n square. Okay, try to check whether these three are the linear or not. This is about your third category. Okay, yesterday also I given the few problems in the workplace, and today also I am giving the few problems. All this you need to submit by the Saturday. Okay. Yeah. The next category. So far we covered the three categories. One is static and dynamic, and the next one is causal and non-causal, and linear and non-linear. So now we'll see the next category is, or the fourth category is, which is also the very important, time invariant time invariant and time variant systems. Time invariant and time variant systems. Okay. Generally, the time invariant, that is represented with TIV, and the time variant system is TV. Don't get confused directly. Sometimes they will give this notation. Check whether the system is TIV or not. That is simply the time invariant. Okay. This time invariant systems is also called shift invariant. It's also called shift invariant, which is SIV. Similarly, the time variant means shift variant. Shift variant, okay, which is represented with ASV. Time invariant system is also called the shift invariant, and time variant system is also called the shift variant. Okay, which is a TIV stand for the time invariant, SIV for the shift invariant. Now, coming to the definition of this, what do you mean by this time invariant system? Based on the name, time invariant. Okay, it is not vary with respect to the time. That's it. Invariant. Okay, time variant means varies with respect to the time. Varies with respect to the time. Let us say how the system, a discrete time system, functional time represented with the t, whose input is x of n, and the response y of n. The response is y of n. Okay. Now, a discrete time system is said to be the time invariant if its input-output relation does not vary with the time. That is, if its input-output relation does not vary with time, or you can say the independent of time, as independent of time, or it's not vary with the time. Okay, here see, I'm not saying the response of the system is not vary with the time. That's wrong statement. So if you want to say that any system is a time invariant, the input-output relationship of the system is not vary with the time. How will check that the relation is varying with the time or not? That is simple. Let's take the system. Let's take the system. Okay, find the response for the input x of n. That is simply the t of x of n. Okay, after finding the response, simply delay the response by m samples, where m is an integer. Okay, z power minus m is nothing but simply the delay m. Okay, okay, here I'm writing this one is delay is represented by like this. Z power, let us say the minus 1 means, so input is delayed by one sample. The power indicates the how many samples you are delaying. Okay, z power minus 1. In case z power minus 2 means you are delayed by the 2 samples, x of n minus 2 will get. So here I am delaying by the m samples, so that is t of x of, sorry. So this I am assuming y of n is equal to. So when you are delayed this by the m samples, so you will get y of n minus m. Y of n minus m. This is delayed response. Now Here see, we are evaluated the response for the input and we are delayed the response. Now, the second case, first I am delaying the input by the same samples m, which is x of n minus m. Now I am finding the response of this system for this delayed input, which is t of x of n minus m. Okay, if these two are equal, that is y of n minus m is equal to t of x of n minus m, then it is time invariant. Okay, time invariant. For the systems, how we'll check the system is a time invariant or not? For that, only the thing is, let's see here. First, for a particular system, find the response of the system. Okay, actual response of the system, t of x of n, that is simply the y of n, and delay your response by some samples, by m samples. Okay, for the same system, find the response for delayed input. Find the response by delayed input and compare whether the delayed response is equal to the response of the system for delayed input, that is y of n minus m is equal to t of x of n minus m, then the system is time invariant. If these two are not equal, then simply conclude that system is time variant. Okay, we need to find these two. Y of n minus 1, y of n minus m, and t of x of n minus m. If both are equal, then it is time invariant. Okay, let's see one example. Y of n is equal to x of n plus x of n minus 1. Okay, now already have the y of n. Okay, already have the y of n. What do you need to find? Y of n minus m. Okay, that is nothing but delayed response. Delayed response. So y of n minus m. So simply in place of n, write n minus m. In place of n, write n minus m. So x of n minus m plus x of n minus m minus 1. This is delay response. First part is completed. Next part, first input, delay your input by m samples and find the response for delayed in. Okay, now, so given that t of x of n is x of n plus x of n minus 1. Now find t of x of n minus m. T of x of n minus m. So where you have the input x of n, okay, where you have the input x of n, just delay that input by m samples. So x of n here, so it is x of n minus m plus here x of n minus 1, delay this by m samples. So n minus 1 minus n. N minus 1 minus m. Okay. Now, this is the response of the system for delayed input. Now compare delayed response and response for delayed input. Equation 1 and 2. Both are equal or not? Okay, here both are equal. So the system is time invariant. So the system is time invariant. Okay. Okay, all of you do this problem. Second example, y of n is equal to x of minus n, and tell me the system is a time invariant or not. Try your own. Y of n is equal to x of minus n. Okay, first find the delayed response. What is the delayed response? Y of n minus m. That's simply in place of n, right? N minus m. So x of minus of n minus m. So which is x of minus n plus m. X of minus n plus m, which is your delayed response. Next, find the response for the delayed input. That we have the t of x of n, which is x of minus n. Now find the response for delayed input. Response for delayed input, that is t of x of n minus m. Okay, where you have the input, just delay by m sample, that is x of minus n minus m. X of minus n minus m. See, we are not substituting n is equal to n minus m to find the delay response. Completely, your input is delayed by m samples. Okay, for the time variable, simply for the time variable, add minus m. Whatever the time variable, it is n or the 2n or the 5n or the minus n or anything, whatever the time variable, for that, it delaying means simply append minus m or add minus m for that. Now this is your response for the delayed input. Now check these two. 1 and 2 are equal. What is equation 1? X of minus n plus m. What is equation 2? X of minus n minus m. These two are not equal. Simply it is time variant. Simply time variant. Okay. So especially those who are preparing for the competitive exams, no need to do all these one. Just see the system. Okay. What is the system operation? Simply x of minus n is nothing but the reversal. Okay. The operation is on the time here, the minus n, or operation. In the operation, there is an involvement of time. Okay. In the operation, there is an involvement of time. Simply, definitely the responses depends on the time. Okay. Time variable. So it is time variant. Just see in the previous example, we are not performing any operation on the time alone. We are adding the amplitude at n and amplitude at n is equal to minus 1. So addition on the two amplitudes, one is at n and one is at n minus 1. Okay. So there is no involvement of time variable directly. Simply it is time invariant. Okay. Now take the few examples and try at home. This is for the time invariant or not. First one, y of n is equal to x of n by 2. Y of n is equal to n into x square of n. By seeing these system, any one of you just tell me the first one is a time invariant or not? The operation is x of n by 2, which is nothing but the time scaling operation. X of n by 2, which is nothing but the time scaling. Operation itself is a time scaling, so it is time variant. The second one is y of n is equal to n into x square of n. So x square of n is nothing but the amplitude. This is amplitude. Okay. That is multiplied with again time. Amplitude is multiplied with the time variable, again time dependent. So these two are the time variants. Just check it. Okay. The total, the 4 systems we cover. One is static and the dynamic, which is nothing but the memoryless and memory systems. Okay. The static is simply the response of the system is depends on only the present. If not, we simply call it is dynamic system. Okay. The causal is simply the response is depends on only the present input and a past input samples. In case it depends on any other, we call it as non-causal system. Next, the linear is simply to obeys the superposition principle. With respect to the system, superposition principle is response of a system to a sum of weighted inputs must be sum of weighted responses. Okay. The lastly is the fourth one, time invariant and the time variant. Time invariant is nothing but the based on the name, you can say the time invariant, it is not vary with the time. That is the input output relationship of the system is not vary with the time. So that simply how we'll check mathematically, simply the delayed response must be equal to the response for delayed input. Okay, this is the condition for the time invariant. If the condition fails, simply we call time variant system. These are the 4 categories.